Good, good evening and a warm welcome to all of you. Hope all of you are doing well today. Today's topic is indeed a very interesting one, ways to eliminate self-doubt. Self-doubt is the mental habit of questioning your own judgment or worth. We've all been there at some point in our lives. We question whether we are doing well enough or are we capable of facing situations that we are going to face in the near future. Joining us today, Sister Alka from UK, London, will walk us through on how to overcome self-doubt. Where does self-doubt come from? And give us tips on how to be more confident, more self-assured. Sister Alka has been leading a spiritual life from a very young age. She is very soft-spoken, open-hearted, and generous. She also combines administrative skills with a natural creative ability. She is responsible for communications at the National Coordinating Office of Brahma Kumaris in London. So without further ado, let us welcome Sister Alka. Good morning, Sister.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as I know many are joining online. So whichever part of the world you are in, all warm wishes, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, all my good wishes to each one of you, because good wishes and good feelings are unlimited and carry us through 24 hours of the day.
Thank you, Sister. So I shall hand over to you now.
Okay, thank you. Is it possible to illuminate anything? To remove anything? To take something away? Is it possible? When we reflect on our own lives, we can see from past experiences, previous memories, previous human interactions, a number of things. And so for the next little while, let's go on an exploration journey to see what creates doubt, and especially self-doubt. And from my own experience, I can only share from experiences and previous interactions. And each one of us can only share from our own experience and interactions also. And doubt comes as soon as I don't believe something, as soon as I'm thinking of something else. In the sense, I was doing a word search for what creates doubt. And I came up with many interesting things. That doubt is actually the end result of a number of things, of confusion, of misunderstandings, of imagination, misinterpretation, something that I haven't understood so well, something that has been damaging to my personality, something which has harmed me, something which has hurt me, a number of things. And then our confidence reduces. And then I doubt my inner ability. And that inner ability is very deep, but it's covered up with layers of experiences, of past memories, of the past, or experiences in whatever phrase we wish to use. And then I had done a word search on, okay, if I didn't have doubt, what would I be? And in that, naturally, the answers were very empowering. Positivity. I'm able to be more connected with myself. I free myself from thinking, imagining things. I free myself from worrying about things. There were more positive attributes, more positive affirmations. And then self-doubt, something lacking within me. Because I'm not in my value of the self, I begin to devalue myself, and that's when self-doubt comes. When we take care of something, we give it a lot of value and we keep it safe, and it's very special and sacred. So, are there any memories or previous experiences that I could be holding on to consciously, unconsciously? And only I can answer those answers. Google can help me. These types of interactions can help us and inspire us to explore. Yet, who's at the center? I am at the centerpiece of my own being. I am I. Through these two physical eyes, I'm able to see, witness, watch, decide, interpret, get influenced, get impressed. Yet the real I, the energy of pure light, seated in the center of the forehead, it's in that energy which the whole universe exists. The mind, the intellect, and the personality. The mind thinks, the intellect decides, and then it becomes a personality trait. And in that inner third eye, the whole universe is there. The whole world, my own world, my virtues, my values, my habits, my practices, so many things, whether negative, whether positive, whether right, whether wrong, impressions, a full storage of memories. And this morning, I was reflecting further that many of us would have a photo album. And in that album, we'd have beautiful memories, lovely moments, which we would like to refer back to or show to our friends, family, etc., etc. Yet would I have a photo album of doubts, of negativity, of the past which I was not so happy about, or previous memories? I wouldn't have thought so, yet human nature holds on to past negative experiences, which is the seed of doubt. And they could be many seeds, but this morning, this afternoon, this evening, we're touching on self-doubt. Do I doubt my ability? Do I doubt the way I think? Do I doubt the way I perceive things? Do I doubt myself? And each one of you can Google yourself and see, where am I at this current moment? I may be writing notes, I may be reflecting as I hear, I may be questioning, some things may be popping up, and let them pop up. Let me express through notes, whatever it may be. Because as previously mentioned, doubts are not created outside, but they start from within. The mind thinks, I am not this, and then I start to practice that. I start to believe that, and then it becomes stronger and stronger. And then as time goes on, we come to a point where I've started to believe something, and I've believed it's me. And then I will start to use the words, I've always been like this, or this person's always been like this. It's nothing new. The terminology, the vocabulary I use, it's like this all the time. It's human nature. So who's going to bring the change of my own nature, of my own practices, of my own beliefs? I could get help. I could take inspiration. And nowadays, especially over the last year, we can connect wherever we would like on Zoom. Yet what's the Zoom idea of checking myself? The password, I was thinking for myself, the password would be a quiet space, an inner space, a healing space, where something that is not so right, something that is causing me to have lack of confidence, something that I am not finding comfortable, leads to doubt. And even if there is doubt about somebody, let me regain hope. Let me recharge hope. Let me realign my hope process. I can only start doing that for others if I myself have been able to do that for myself. Self-doubt leads to even further things which create bad feelings towards the self. as soon as I start doubting myself, I've started to doubt my ability to think. It's tarnished. And we're all on a journey to untarnish, to help remove all the dark things, all the ugly things, all the things that are not me, which are not comfortable. It's all a process of change. If, for example, I lack confidence, I want to share something, but I hesitate, or something is on my mind, or if I've heard something about myself by somebody else, then I'll doubt that. How could they think like that towards me? It happens on a daily basis. Each one of us come across it. And when I've heard people say, oh, Alka was like this, or Alka done this, Alka's sensitive, Alka's moody, Alka's aggressive, a number of things, then what is my feeling at that time? I feel low. I feel my self-esteem heading towards rock bottom. I feel disempowered. I feel a number of emotions. Yet that's probably me in the view of that person. But what's my own inner view towards myself? And this is where I need to recapture myself, realign myself. And it's a game. It constantly happens 24 hours a day of being able to realign, being able to rediscover that I am not the doubt. I am not the lack of self-respect. Even if I feel like I am, let me change my vision. Let me change my thinking. We all know that it's human nature to believe, to respond, to react, to think, overthink, over-worry of the past, previous memories, which we touched upon a little while back. So who's going to start reducing those self-doubts? Who's going to start replacing those self-doubts with positive feelings? Replace. I cannot totally maybe let go. I cannot totally finish, but it's all a part of the package of replacing. Replacing myself, restarting, rebooting my inner mind. Sometimes our life is like a computer, and we start each day in the morning by pressing the on-off key, and then each night in the evening before going to bed, do I switch off, shut down, or go to sleep. Only I know how much I'm able to shut down. Only I know how much I'm able to put myself on mute. And where there's an aura of many, many doubts, then it becomes more and more difficult to totally shut down the inner computer, because I'll be thinking about it, I'll be speaking about it to myself. And then if I'm speaking about it to myself, I'm thinking about it, I'm having a conversation with myself about it, then the third step is I'll come into verbalization, and I'm spreading those concerns or those things in my mind through conversation. And so it's going into the air. All my words, my weak words of self-doubt are going into the air. And that vibration is then surrounding me even more. And so what is happening? Does the doubt come through my own thinking? Or does the doubt come through a person? Does the doubt come through an experience? Does my doubt come through an interaction? And doubt damages my inner self, my inner strength. Doubt from my own experience also reduces our take on what's reality. Doubt also begins to formalize many, many questions. And doubt limits me. Doubt prevents me from seeing the beauty within. Doubt creates more, how should I express it? More concerns unnecessarily because of the way I think. Then I begin to imagine, perceive. It's like, just for example, if I'm used to somebody always doing something 100%, and then one day they're not able to do it 100%, or they've delayed, or they've been delayed, and then we're saying, oh, not sure what's happening here. And then what happens? We start to see what they haven't done, what they haven't managed to do. And then what I'm doing is holding on to that experience. And then I'm labeling them, whether they've been delayed, whether they haven't been able to do it 100%, they've only been able to do it 90%. And so a doubt emerges. I wonder why they were not able to do it. They must have been talking. They must have been doing something else. They don't care. Are not giving me value. This is a terminology I used to use for myself, so I can share that. But actually, when I've reflected further and further on the experiences, that doubt was not out there. That doubt was in me. I lacked patience. I lacked understanding. I lacked concern. I lacked being able to accommodate, because that person was delayed for whatever reason, whether it's a reason that I don't like, but that's not them. But I made it them. And so these imagination, as we know, takes on a beautiful shape, sometimes amazes us with the many colors which it can express. And when it comes to the self, I should be able to see that everything starts from within. Everything starts from inside out. But human nature has become accustomed that it's outside in. And now each one of us online is doing the work of inside out. That actually it's the inner work that helps remove all the self doubts. Can I trust myself? Even if I lack trust towards myself because of a previous experience or many experiences, let me start wishing myself well by dropping a kind thought towards myself, by using my mind as a wishing well, dropping kind, pure thoughts inside my mind. Each drop that enters my mind is very precious. And something that is very precious, I should be accumulating and taking care. So if drops of peace are precious, let me draw the peace from around. Even in the darkest moment, in the most weakest moment, even in the most negative moment, even in a doubtful moment, let me remove that doubt. If my mind is full of peace, then my mindset changes. What is set in my mind? Is it doubt? Self-doubt? What is set? Am I switching my mindset? That's why each one of us are present online today to help switch our mindset. I might be at a different point. You may be at a different point, somebody else at another point, but each one together is at the right point for each one. Everybody's views are different. Everybody's ideas are different. Yet all of us connected today are in tune. That's why we're online together. I probably don't know any of you. And you probably don't know me. Yet we have a very strong bond because we're in line, online today on the 26th of June. So what creates that bond? It's pure feelings, good wishes, a bond which protects, which restores, a bond which is eternal. And that pure bond binds us in very loving wishes. And that pure bond with loving wishes helps illuminate self-doubt as we begin to feel inspired, we begin to feel encouraged. And the most important thing, I begin to feel I can do it. Even if the whole world feels that I can't, let them. Let me begin and show myself that I can. And how? With that pure, positive thought towards my whole self. That creates my mindfulness of that I can do it. And then my mind is set that I can do it with love, with respect. That sacred space inside is a very valuable space, is very sacred, full of love, full of care, full of respect, full of understanding. And it's the courage of a compassionate heart which removes all the tarnishes which we have spoken about. And today I could feel inspired. By the evening, I could feel not so inspired. Tomorrow I could feel myself coming back into the old pattern, but it's fine. Let me not be hard on myself. Progress is acknowledging. Progress is empowering the self. Am I able to forgive myself? Am I able to forget? Okay, if there's many things that have made me feel that I need to double check. I need to triple check. I need to quadra check. That's also fine if it's towards the self. If past experiences, my imagination are overtaking me, let me begin to slow down and see what is really happening. Why am I speaking those words? Why am I expressing my words like that? Because if I am that pure energy of love and light, then who's in control? Things out there, which I can see through my two physical eyes, or the third eye, which we spoke about. Someone could share something about me, as we mentioned earlier, and then my take on it would be very different. But all those feelings that we shared come up. And then it's those feelings that then we share with our best friends, with people who we trust. And so the doubt is spread through feelings, through emotion. And then from my experiences, the whole point of why I felt like that is lost in the chaos of the internal confusion and the conversation. And then it becomes like a Chinese whisper. And so then you come to a point where, what was the point? And the point was, I was missing the point because my imagination allowed me to presume, assume, and I got absorbed. And then the doubts take even greater shape. Do I doubt my mind? Do I doubt my feelings? Do I doubt myself? For whatever reason, if I have been, let me bring a change. And that inner change only I can do. We've explored and touched upon many things over the last 35 minutes. And each day is an opportunity to re-gift myself by giving myself not just a pure wish, as mentioned, but a good feeling. Many times when it's birthdays, anniversaries, or special events, special days, we wish whoever it is or whatever it is, whatever occasion, dear so-and-so, wishing you a very, very happy birthday, happy anniversary. Such good feelings are generated through email, through cards, through expression. And for that, the last few years, I've been thinking that actually I should be wishing that person well every day. And then I went even a step further. I should be wishing myself well every day, each morning. Dear Alka, have a glorious self-doubt free day. And that thought then helps me see at the end of the day or then the next day or in my quiet moments, was there an interaction based on a lack of self-doubt? Was there an interaction which was not so 100% free of doubt? And I can begin to ask myself these questions. In all my interactions, I can check my interactions. I can check the quality of my thoughts. But that can only happen through the practice of quiet space, of healing space, of meditation. As because when we meditate or when we are just quiet, then I'm able to allow peace to do its work. And when I experience inner peace, I become a masterpiece. And in life's jigsaw, I'm able to use that masterpiece in all the pieces that I may be surrounded by. Even if they're broken pieces, harmful pieces, I can be the masterpiece by uniting those pieces. And meditation helps us to unite, free us from any doubt. I will stop here, and time has flown by. And thank you to each one for your time. And I think now there would be a chance and an opportunity for any comments or questions. Is that right?
Yes, sister, that's right. I like what you said lastly, that the inner peace that we have within us when we practice makes us into a masterpiece. I think that is so beautiful. I think all of us would want to become a masterpiece. So by practicing inner peace, we can become a masterpiece, and it just takes a little effort. So what I've taken from today is, when attempting to overcome self-doubt, some may find it beneficial to focus on the present moment rather than the past failures. And it can also be helpful to focus on positive thoughts, like Sister Alka said, and affirmations. We can affirm ourselves by telling ourselves, as Sister Alka said, that wish yourself good wishes, good morning, have a blissful day and doubt-free day. So that is wonderful. And maybe we can spend time with people who are positive and supportive. Sister Alka, before we start with the questions, could you lead us to a few minutes of contemplation or meditation that we can sit when this self-doubt arises? What should we, or how should we talk to ourselves? Because even in meditation, sometimes when we sit and we say, oh, I just can't meditate, so that's also a self-doubt. So if you could just guide us on how do we overcome this?
Sure. As we sit here comfortably, I feel the inner tune of love and peace within me. And even if I feel I cannot meditate, I cannot focus, I cannot concentrate, that's okay. Let me change the cannot to can. As I step inside, I step inside to a space which is very peaceful, a space which is calm, a lake which is quiet, with the waterfall of peace trickling down, a harmonious tune of peace being experienced. This harmonious tune is just a thought away. This is the note I wish to play that I can do it. I would like to do it, and I would like to give it my full focus, my 100% attention, and to capture this moment, even if other thoughts are creeping in. It's okay. Let me focus my inner lens on the harmonious notes, on the inner tune of peace. Doubts are dark and heavy, whereas peace is light and loving. And in between, I wish to be the masterpiece, illuminating anything dark and ugly that may be surrounding me by changing it with the colors of pure hope and radiant, empowering feelings. I become a tower of light and inner strength for myself, with myself, in myself. And that tower is sharing light and love to all those around me, to the whole globe. And I become a living tower of peace, radiating love, light, and peace all around. Where there's doubt, there is enemies. When I'm free from doubt, there are no enemies. Enemy is in me. Enemy is in me because it started with a thought. The whole world is my friend, and I become user-friendly. All around. I just wish to upload my mind with good, positive memories so that then I can download them with my friends and family. Whatever the human mind uploads is then downloaded. And now I wish to let go of any self-doubt and not allow my mind to upload any doubt for myself or anyone around me, and just upload peace wherever possible. As I come back, I can see that my inner lens has become focused And as I then express what I feel through these two physical eyes, I feel empowered with that pure vision of hope. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. That was really an eye-opening sentence that you said, that whatever you upload in your mind is what you download. So this is what we need to filter, or we need to take care of, that what is it that we are uploading. The first question is, what is more damaging, self-doubt or unshakable self-confidence?
Self-doubt
Or unshakable self-confidence?
Interesting question. Mm-hmm. Again, I can only touch from my own experience and my own observations that anything that shakes us means that there's something shaking inside me. And things that are unshakable means that something is captured within me. An unshakable confidence is something that if I'm not quite sure about, or I'm in doubt about, and it's a combination of doubt and lack of confidence. And that lack of confidence may be the trigger for self-doubt, or the self-doubt is a trigger for lack of confidence. And in whatever order it is, they both are hand in hand, and they still cause the same damage. And that doubt prevents me from restoring my inner peace. And then time and time again, I'll be shaken by the situation, by the person, and then I'll feel quite cornered. If I see that person, because I lack confidence, whereas when I don't see that person, I'm okay. The confidence is overflowing. Yet, if I see a particular person, and I'm giving just an example of a human interaction, how we play a game with ourselves. That the ability is there. At that time when I'm seeing that person, the doubt is not there. The confidence is not there. But then when I see that person, the doubt begins and my abundance reduces. With confidence, I need to continually be able to confide in myself. And when that's not there and it's not happening, then things around shake, and then the doubt also shakes. I hope that helps.
Thank you, sister. Our next question is, what is the difference between self-doubt and realization?
Self-doubt we explored about, and realization is through these real eyes, the inner third eye, I'm able to realize the impact, the importance. When am I able to have realization? when I'm able to use my third eye and realize through these eyes what is reality. Yet self-doubt will always be limited, as we spoke about. And it's something that is seen through these two physical eyes. Whereas realization happens through that energy that I feel through the third eye, which is not visible. And self-doubt is usually very, very visible. And sometimes it may not be visible, and it may just be happening inside. But as we mentioned earlier, it can be through things, especially seen through these two physical eyes. And then I limit myself. That impression is there, that influence is there. Yet, let me not limit myself. Let me keep going back to realize through the real eyes, the third eye.
Thank you, sister. We have a question from YouTube. Is it okay to avoid people in our lives who exploit our purity, realizing after lots of experiences? Is it ego when we do so, or to remain in our self-esteem?
Can we avoid anyone? Avoid accidents. Avoid our negativity. Avoid something that will trigger something. And that can be seen from many angles, but again, coming from an experience where I've also been thinking, especially in lockdown, that is it wrong to avoid negativity? Is it wrong to avoid people who exploit you? And yes, I need to protect myself. I need to keep myself sane. I need to keep myself free of so many things. Yet we live in a world which we don't even know what's going to happen in the next second. And it's good to be careful. It's good to be cautious. But if I'm avoiding somebody and something because of something they said, because they're exploiting me, because they bring out the worst in me, let me not avoid the chance to change that. And not to try and change them, because as we all know, we cannot change anybody except ourselves. But bring in that inner change that I'm able to stretch my capacity to accommodate. Because even if someone's in a negative mode and they're downloading all their negativity to me, it's up to me to choose to download something positive from that situation. Even if it's the worst, even if a few days ago, as we all know, WhatsApp is WhatsApp, and so many interesting things are circulated, many not so interesting things are circulated. And for the last week, I've been thinking bad news really travels fast. How much good news am I sharing? And why is it that bad news travels fast? And if someone is exploiting me, it's their part and their heart to exploit me. But it's my part and it's my heart to not change my behavior, my thought pattern, my feelings, my inner core values.
Thank you, sister. Our last question is, can you briefly explain how do we open the third eye?
As we shared earlier, these two physical eyes we're very aware of. They're with us 365 days of the year, 52 weeks of the year, 7 days a week, 24/7. That's visible. The third eye, seated in the center of the forehead, is who I truly am, that pure energy of light. And within that pure energy of light is the mind, the intellect, and the personality. And as I begin to start thinking of myself as that pure energy of light, I'm beginning to open the door of the third eye, the door of thinking, the door of using my intellect, starting to see that it's that third eye which holds all the memories, which holds all the habits, all the practices, all the experiences. And it's in that third eye, the real I is discovered. And it's in that third eye, the whole universe is in you. You are the universe. And if the whole universe is in this tiny point of light, then the whole world is encapsulated in that. So what is my inner world like currently now? In England, it's just a few minutes after 11. In Jakarta, it could be a few minutes after 4 or 5. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Wherever we are, time is time. But that third eye is always present, always alive.
Thank you once again, sister. That's beautiful. So this is what we need to remember, that the third eye is always alive. And what sister's message was today, that our inner peace makes us a masterpiece. So for now, until our next session, let us all try and practice this. We have these sessions on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Jakarta. I've dropped my number in the chat box. Do message me so I can update you with the upcoming sessions. Thank you once again, Sister Alka, for sharing with us today. And until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I wish each one online all good wishes for their own personal journey. And it's been nice spending the last hour with all of you. Thank you. Stay safe. Have an enjoyable evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Let each moment be a joyous moment, and each moment which creates a beautiful next hour. Take care. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.